also candle makers on the square, which is just across the street here in Fountain Square. And we're proud to be a downtown business, and been that for a long time now. This particular store, we have both the modern, what you'd expect to find, jewelry, very current fashion and style, but we also have the showcases, and the store itself last remodeled in 1910, so you get a real feeling of how these businesses looked and what the ambiance was way back to the 1900s and before. 1881 is when we became a jewelry store. We have computer-aided design capability as one of our modern technologies, so you can sit down with our jewelry designer and design a ring right on the screen, and it's 3D, so it turns and you can see all angles of that design, and it can be a piece unique to you. We also have engraving services that we can engrave on glass, any kind of metal, and inside of rings. I think we're the only ones in Bowling Green perhaps who do that on the inside of a ring. I think that my favorite of that is a lady wanted her husband's engraving to be put it back on, which is sort of interesting engraving to have inside of a ring. But we also do remounts here. If someone has a diamond, they can bring it in. We can find a nice setting for it. We do all our work here, local, and we've got a great workshop in the back with a laser welder. We don't solder rings, that we use the actual gold or platinum wire to repair our merchandise here. And people's grandma's favorite ring. You just don't want to take that just anywhere. You want it treated right and repaired correctly, and that's what we do here at Morris Jewelry. All right. Well, one thing special I think about here at Fountain Square Bowling Green is the buildings that are around there. The architecture is great. You know, they go back 100+ years, a lot of them, and they've been the sort of the mainstay of Bowling Green in terms of the heart of Bowling Green, right here in the Fountain Square area. And this store, for example, Morris Jewelry, started off as a hardware store back in about 1840, and was a hardware store for 40 years. And then a German immigrant, Mr. Meyer, came down from Louisville, and he turned it into a jewelry store in 1881. And it's been a jewelry store right here on Fountain Square ever since then. And so that's 130 years. We're celebrating that this year. And the facade, the front, hasn't changed much. We've got a sign up, Morris Jewelry, that is a 1910 design. We had it redone about 4 years ago. So it's neon instead of bulb, but it looks just like the original. And then other buildings around the square, date back, some of them pre-Civil War. And so they're going to be featured in the upcoming Civil War event in September of this year. A lot of that will happen down at the Galen and Depot, but we'll have some folks downtown with docents, they call them, or people who will tell the history of the building. So that should be fun. And then just the square in general, not having a courthouse in it, but being open as a park, lends itself to things like our Second Saturdays events, which is a street fair on every second Saturday of the month through October of this year. And then concerts in the park, which are very popular, both here and down at the new Circus Square. And it's just a good place to do business. We've got some buildings open, so if folks want to come and establish a new building, that's great. A few spots left, but we've had in the last month 3 new businesses get their start down here, and so it's a very vibrant area, and I think it's beloved by the citizens of Bowling Green. And we also have a lot of tourists who come in during the summer. Convention and Visitors Bureau, puts their website up and has information about all that we do down here. They're very supportive, and so if you haven't been to Fountain Square, come on down. You'll enjoy it. And if you're a regular, come down and visit the new shops. It's not hard to get a bad meal here. In fact, it's impossible to get a bad meal here in Bowling Green. And there are a few restaurants around the square, all of them great. One I like in particular is the Verdi Restaurant. Their pasta Alfredo is killer, with shrimp especially is good. I've got a 6-year-old granddaughter, and when I pick her up from school, she always wants to know if we're going to Verdi Restaurant, because she loves the bread and the garlic butter there. If we could just get her on camera and not shy, she'd be their best commercial yet. But she loves Verdi Restaurant. Dollar Brother Shoes here on the square has been here for a very long time, and what I like in particular about Dollar Brother Shoes is the way they can fit your foot. John Williamson over there, he can just basically look at your foot and know what about size it is. And some folks don't know, for example, they can order New Balance tennis shoes. They may not carry them in the store, but they can get them for you and quickly, and they fit perfectly. They can take some of their high-end shoes and stretch them. They have some of that equipment to get, a place where you might have a bunion, get it stretched out a little bit to make it more comfortable. And so if you haven't been into Dollar Brother Shoes, I'd suggest you go in and experience the service and the selection they have. Barbara Stewart's Interiors is a place that I go to when I need something done well and done sort of custom. For example, in the candle store, we needed a system for hanging art on the walls. And Barbara Stewart Interiors came in, they put in the rails, they supplied all of the down rods that allow us to adjust art, and they did a perfect job on that. And also, for example, just take a picture I bought for my wife for Christmas, took it in there and get it framed up perfectly. So Barbara Stewart Interiors, yes, they do interior design and a lot of nice things for sale in their store, but they also do custom work that people don't maybe think about as often. And Barbara Stewart is there, love that lady, and Susan Hector, her daughter, is running the store on a day-to-day basis. She's very involved in the community, and so if you go into Barbara Stewart's Interiors, I think it's a special treat, and you'll really enjoy what you see. The Gallery at 916 is a local art gallery here on State Street, and they often have special shows. Artists in there, you can go in and vote for your favorite art piece. They support local charities through some of those funds that are paid to vote go right to the community, back to the community. They also are the sponsors of the Gallery Hop, and Lynn is one of the primary motivators of setting that up, and that occurs throughout the summer at various times, and many different galleries participate in that. And there's always something new in the gallery at 916. If you go in, whether it's wood sculpture or any type of paintings, oil or pencil, great place to go in and spend a little time and see what they've pulled in new. A lot of it's local art, so you're supporting local Bowling Green artists. Labold and Son Salvage is one of the newest businesses, if not the newest business around Fountain Square. And that's just a special little place. So many eclectic kind of collections of memorabilia from Bowling Green, and just you'd be amazed at what's in there. And what I like about it especially is Danielle there has some pickers. And I know there's a TV show called Pickers, but she has people who go out and find things for her. They know what she wants, and they'll extend her ability to find unusual and unique things to pull in her shop. And the other day they were out, and Danielle saw some candle molds and jars and things that she knew we could probably use at Candle Makers on the Square. And so she told us about those, pulled them in, and now we have some real vintage glass there just because she was thoughtful enough to think about doing that for us. I think a hidden gem here downtown Bowling Green is Taste of Europe restaurant. If you've never been there and you want to find it, it's between United Furniture. United Furniture sort of envelops it, and it's right in the middle, real narrow and long. They have the lamb and the beef and the pork shish kebab that they shave off for the pita bread, fill the pita bread, and it's just a great place to go eat, and a very nice couple that run it in there. And so if you've never been to Taste of Europe, just go down to United Furniture and go to the middle of that building, and you head right in the door there, and you'll really enjoy the meal.